Hi, I'm the Red Ronin, and today I'm gonna be going over a bit of philosophy because, well, a lot of questions ponder through my mind, and, well, I want to see. Maybe this might change your life, maybe not, but first question I want to ask all of you is, can money buy happiness? I mean, everyone thinks to themselves, what do you want money for? Maybe you want to travel to Mount Everest, could climb and excavate marvelous places, help the poor, feed your family, get marvelous gifts for yourself. But can you have similar goals and achieve similar experiences of the experiences and people you have with you right now? The ancient Greek philosopher Epicurus was a hedonist and held that the good life and happiness was found by pursuing pleasure and avoiding pain. How did he avoid the paradox of hedonism? He said that the problem isn't pursuing pleasure, it's pursuing pleasure in a crude and thoughtless way. When we think of hedonism, we tend to think of things like expensive meals, and fancy houses and cars, and rare and hard to obtain pleasures that come with wealth. It may be great, but think of everything you have to sacrifice to get to them. Plus, when we get great luxury or enjoy being a great philanthropist, we soon develop expensive tastes. Caviar, fancy cars, giant garages, huge houses, gold, like, do you see how many watches that rappers have, for example? Once our happiness is bound up in becoming and remaining wealthy, fear and uncertainty begin to dominate our lives. Life becomes more and more about keeping and getting more of the resources that we've made than actually doing things that make us happy. To be happy and peaceful, Epicurus advocated living simply and not getting too involved in wealth, politics, or even physical desires like those for sex or food, as often happens, and become twisted over time. And today, Epicurean refers to a taste for refined and sophisticated foods. For a true sense of Epicurus's view of the world, cook turnip chunks with lentils and water until done. Don't add anything else, not even salt. Eat it with someone you enjoy spending time with, and go for a walk. But with this recipe makes Epicurus's argument. Let it show you that making things more sophisticated or fancy doesn't necessarily make them better. Before I go, I'm going to ask you guys a few questions. If you had 10 times your wealth and your income, what would you do now that you can't do now? What would you do if you had this money that you normally wouldn't? Secondly, what would you do now with your current resources? What would you do with the people, the friends, and the resources you currently have in your life to gain happiness without necessarily having the financial resources? And lastly, in the current version, 10 times less meaningful, important, or enjoyable than the activity you would do with the money. If you had the money, would it be more or less enjoyable with more resources? Why or why not? Do you think, after hearing all of this today, that happiness would truly be quantified through money? It can make you more stable, but would it truly bring happiness? Or do we just desire the stability and the strength within ourselves in order to bring forth a better tomorrow? Hope you have a great day, everyone.